Good evening. The girls are in bed. I've put a bit of slap on so I can come and talk to you, and you wouldn't have wanted to see me without it on, believe me. So I thought I'd come and say hello because we're on YouTube now. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how to edit. So this is going to be quite a steep learning curve, and I would love any tips and advice from you. Thanks to those of you who've come over from Instagram to join us. Instagram is our main account, and we've had a few tips and advice of what people want to see there. So we'll be looking at doing things like a day in the life of, perhaps a weekly vlog, and also some of the subjects that I've written about at our website, which is mummy2tripletsandbro.com. You can't lose us because we've got the same name everywhere. So yeah, perhaps covering some of those subject areas a bit more, and just the fun. When you're looking after triplets and bro, there's lots of fun moments. The girls are at an adorable age right now. Lots of kisses and cuddles, including headbutts and punches of each other. But it's all flipping gorgeous. So I'll be sharing lots of the fun bits. And for those of you that don't know, we had a long time trying to get our family. So I was 32 when we started trying in 2006. And unfortunately, we faced quite a few years of struggle with infertility. And so I've written about that at mummy2tripletsandbro.com. And we were very, very blessed when Felix came to join us through a natural conception after many failed IVFs. And so 7 years after we'd started trying, I had Felix, which was just wonderful. It was no exaggeration to say it was like someone had switched the light back on in my life. It was like being reborn. Unfortunately, we had infertility again, and so we did have IVF, and it was the first time that it had worked when we got pregnant with the girls. Again, for those of you that have read our story, the girls were born prematurely at 29 weeks. A very scary birth, which was life-threatening to all of us, very sadly. And it was a couple of days before I met the girls, when I'd recovered enough to go and meet them. And so we've written about that as well at the blog. But as I say, we've got to the point now where we had a really scary first year with the girls, and I will vlog about some of those subjects in more detail, because one of the key reasons that I started social media was to raise awareness of maternal mental health, because I think perhaps if somebody's had a premature birth, the chances are it's been a traumatic birth, because nobody wants to give birth prematurely. Obviously, it's very frightening. So inevitably, people's mental health, women's mental health, and families that are affected, partners, etc., the mental health will be impacted upon unless you're a robot. So I got some really, really good help. And that was one of the things that I wanted to raise awareness of, because I speak to people or know people that have not had help, and years later, unfortunately, have suffered, whether that be in the form of a breakdown or just deepened anxiety as the years go past, because unprocessed trauma can really hurt you and your mental health. So that was one of the key reasons that I wanted to start social media, to build a social media profile so that we had a voice to be able to talk about those things. Now, part of Instagram and what's happened is that we started doing a triple the look that was inspired by Holly Willoughby's daily look. So people are very kind about that, and love seeing the girls' daily looks, and it's something that we really enjoy doing as well. So it's not something that I set out to do. It's something that I'm really glad has happened and that we really enjoy. And lots of you will know that we went to meet Holly on this morning at the end of April. And since then, we've been working with lots of brands and smaller businesses who send us clothes for us to feature in Triple the Look, which is wonderful. And again, I'll talk about that in more detail, but this is just really a summary of what we're doing on social media. Now, of course, there's lots and lots of stuff that happens every day in this house. So we'll be, I'm sure, sharing lots of videos about that. And as I said earlier, please share any ideas. And I've just looked above me in the background in my lounge, and this just kind of sums up my life because I've got chairs piled upon each other on the settee in the background. I've got a spare settee behind me because my brother very kindly donated his old settee, which we're going to use. So the spare settee that you can see there is going to go into the children's playroom. For those of you that saw Sofagate the other day, it's already been drawn on. We did manage to get most of it off, I think. So that can go into the playroom now. And then it means we can start clearing up a bit more of the stuff in the lounge so that we can have our lounge back again. So yeah, that's, I think, the end of me saying hello and introducing myself. And did I say my name? It's Rebecca, by the way. I always think social media is a bit like when you have a dog and you go to walk your dog and everybody knows the dog's names, and it's a bit like everybody knows your Instagram name or your YouTube name, but nobody knows the actual person's name. So yeah, my name's Rebecca or Becky. I answer to both. And I look forward to sharing more of our story with you. And as I say, if you've got any ideas that you can give me about things that you'd like to see on our YouTube channel, we'd love to hear from you. And I look forward to catching up with you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.